We're back real quick. Stephen Folan, Don Davidson. Stephen hitting that cue ball above center there as it rocketed right back through the pack area. He's got one down. He's got a wide open table. They are not messing around today, folks. Don't blink. You'll miss it. This is going to be quick. Stephen Folan going to 8. Don Davidson going to 5. Oh, Stephen rolled a little too far to take the 11 next. He may elect to just twist around and go for it, but I think he'll shoot the 14, clean up the 10, and come back down that way. He may elect to go after it. Yeah, it just makes more sense, I think, to go this route. Oh, he may have the 11 now. He's going to take a look at it. I think he needed to go a little further to get the 11, but it could be there. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. He may end up having to play a combination. He's going to go into the rail and come across. Nope, he's going after the 11 now. He can see it. He'll go get it. Drifted a ball width forward. Would have preferred not to. Now he's got to play the 15 in the side and stun the cue ball through everything here. Trying to get it open again. If anybody can do this, he can. Gets it on there. Not quite as clean as he would have liked coming through there, but it's going to get the job done. Pin the stream to the chat, and before I even get everything all set up and done, Steven's broken run out rack number 1. See if Don can turn it around and do the same thing right back to him. Don's going to get his chance. He's got a ball down off the break. Might not be quite as good of a starting position as Steven had, but it's still there. One second. Don's looking at playing the 9-1-14 combination in the side, but you've got to hit this hard enough that the 9 comes free. That might have done it. If not, you've got a great opportunity here to play the 11 and bring the cue ball 1 or 2 rails up in behind the 9 and really pop it clear. Oh, he's going to draw into the 8. Just give it a little nudge. Oh, but that template rack is now really lodged in there. Yeah, he's wishing he had got up and moved that before he shot that, just to get it out of the road. He's going to try and come back and knock that 8 back out of the way. Well, he got a little bit of a roll there with the template. Kind of fell off of it. It was a little tricky. He might have bent that little tag on the thing, but that's okay. Combined Fargo rating of these two players is 1,367. So, not too shabby. And just as I say that, I curse Don by holding that 9 ball up in the corner pocket. No such thing as an announcer's curse. I'm just saying. As Steven looks at this and figures it out, maps out his plan in his head, I'm going to share the stream. If everybody else wouldn't mind doing that too, that'd be awesome. Steven clearing things out of the way. It's wide open again. I think Steven came in second down at the Northwest 9-ball Open to Stan Tarancho, a big tournament they had down in the Seattle area there a couple weeks ago, a week or two ago. Put on by Jesse Bergman and David Ringler. Thanks very much to those guys. I know they work hard in that area to promote tournaments and promote pool. Their efforts are appreciated, even by someone such as me who hardly ever gets down there, like once in 3 years. Actually, that was the first big tournament I ever streamed, I think, was the 650 and under at the 15th Street Bar and Grill in Auburn. That was a lot of fun. I was trying to play in it at the time too, so I don't think I can do that anymore. Either play or stream. Can't do both. I got a lot more gear now than I had when I went down there for that one. Stephen Folan getting 2 in a row on the back of a thin cut from Mr. Davidson. Hanging the 9. Stevens break, rack number 3. If you folks wouldn't mind liking and sharing the stream, that'd be great. Just need to add another shortcut here. Da, 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 da. There we go. Just trying to control the microphone level from the control board. Well, there's some issues with highball here. Low ball needs some work as well, but it can all be done. To be honest with you, I think I'm taking low ball. You're right there on the 7. Four onto the 2, playing the combination. Didn't quite drift where he wanted to off the 7, but he's getting it done. Just going to come straight up the table, and if he lands on the 6 or the 3 better, will determine which way he goes. Yeah, that's right. You know, it's almost the 50-yard line for both of them, which is exactly what he was thinking, or exactly what I was thinking when he shot that, is you'd be You know, do you go for the 3 or you go for the 6? Well, shoot and find out which one you actually lay easier on. That's the wrong way of thinking. I should have been thinking, pick one, aim for that one, go for it, and try and execute that. If you leave it in the middle and you leave it undecided, you usually end up with something that you have to decide on later. Off the horn. Wow. Don, getting to the table. What? We didn't expect him to. It must be a little hot in there. He's just composing himself. He knows that last rack was supposed to be his. And he doesn't want to do the same thing here. So he'll slow it down. He'll be a little bit more deliberate, a little bit more careful. What? I'm not sure what's going on here. Really don't know what the issue is. Hope everything's all right. It may be a little hot in there. But if that's the case, I mean, everybody's dealing with the same conditions. Oh, no. Oh, I see. Okay. So somebody just knocked over Steven's motorcycle outside, so they've gone out to take a quick look at it. Hopefully it's okay. Although generally when a bike falls over or gets knocked over, it's not exactly good for it. Right in the middle of a match. Well, whoever knocked it over, I hope they're still there, and I hope they offer to pay for any damages. If it's just a person parking on the street that the pool community doesn't know, then that might not be the case, but that being said, this is how each of these guys got here. Oops. Pardon me. Oh, I did it again. Wrong one. There we go. So Stephen Folan has lost a total of 7 games this whole match, this whole tournament. Don has lost. Well, he had a tough match with Chris Macklow that went hill, so he's lost a few more. 11. It's not been quite as easy a road for Don as it has been for Steven. He's got 2 whitewashes, an 8-3 and an 8-4. The other A-side final is going on. Bien Lim and Rahul Dhanendran. If you look at this. Look at this though. Look at Bien. Got a bye in the first round. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. He hasn't dropped a game in 3 sets. Rahul will do his best to take 1 or 2 off of him, but if the guy's that hot, I expect to see Bien Lim and one of either one of the other 2 in the final. If I had to bet money on it, I'd put it on Stephen Folan. He's just super strong. I mean, he's almost 90. He's 95. 95 points over Don in Fargo. And that schedule, we just saw the Spanish Open and the World Cup of Pool. And then we've got the Jacoby 9-ball Open coming up next. No, I think that's the week after next. Next week is the 13th. This weekend coming up is the 13th. The 24th to the 29th. That's an odd one. What days does that fall on? Well, that's the entire week. That's Monday to Saturday, 2 weeks from today. They're still out checking out the bike. And this is where we're at. Just checking out the draw sheet. Sasha got by Tony Jacobs 4-3. She'll take on Lito Attendito. Who did she lose to on the A side? Dawn Davidson. So Sasha cutting them down. Nice work. It's the way it goes sometimes. You just got to get hot at the right time. Well, they're still not back yet. I can show you what I mean. Like I said, there's an accident outside involving Steven's bike. Fortunately, he wasn't on it at the time. bike fell over. I'm not sure how. I have no details because while they're in Vancouver, I'm in Chilliwack. And if you want to know how far away that is, it's about an hour and a half drive. Huh, that's weird. Trying to go to Matchroom site and it's telling me it's trying to redirect me too far. The world rankings are out. The updated ones. FSR at the top. That's a 2-year ranking since January of 2022. So not quite a 2-year ranking. Eklund Kachi made a jump. Mario He up there as well. Sky Woodward making it into the top 12 with his finish at the Spanish Open. And then the Mosconi Cup 1-year list. Looks like Gorst is going to make the team this year. Can't imagine he'll finish behind Shaw at the rate they're going right now. Sky Woodward leading. Shane Van Boning and Shane Wolford not far behind. That'd be a pretty decent team. Sky, Shane or SVB, Shane Wolford, Billy Thorpe, BJ Ussery. I don't know. I don't know much about him. He's a bit of a character, as most pool players are. But he did win the Chuck Markulis 9-ball. 9-ball or 1 pocket? I think he won the 9-ball. He would have won the 9-ball because he's got the points for the 9-ball ranking. Oh, and the boys are back. So we're off and running. Dawn, step up. Yep, just a scratch on the bike. Had to swap insurance. Took a few minutes. So settling down and popping in balls. Dawn looking to clear this table and get one on the board. Doesn't want a late mistake here. Needs to roll forward after this 10, so watch for him to gently roll this in. If this has pace on it, he could get stuck. Oh, strangely enough, it had a little bit of pace, but he hit it perfect. I wasn't expecting that combination. Should have, though. Dawn plays pretty good. Pretty sporty. Well, that's not where he wanted to be. This is going to be a very stabby type stroke. He's got to avoid the 6. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't draw that up table. Hangs the 8. That's a problem. If Steven can make this 6 in the side, this one's all over and it's going to go Steven's way. Oh, he's taking the 1 first. Nope, he's playing the combination. Oh, he didn't make it. Watch for Don to spin this 8-ball in. He's going to go rail first and spin it in. Or he's going to play it in off the 1. Oh. Oh, I didn't expect that. Watch Steven to settle in and drop this one ball. That cue ball got away from him there. Maybe just a touch distracted after having his bike get damaged outside. Both guys off a little bit. Sometimes hard to turn things around when they start like this. That is not Don's normal MO. So Steven up 3-0. He's going to 8. Don's going to 6. Essentially has a 1-game lead now. I don't know, Josh. I know the last few times. Oh, actually, they did have the AC working near that table, actually. So they're probably fine there. Cindy, good afternoon. Thanks for stopping by. Is that dry? It is dry. But I predict that Steven will be highball. I know. I'm psychic like that. He's going to walk around a little bit just to find the right spot. Make sure he has a plan for getting through everything. The 15 ball's a problem. The 9 ball's a problem. The 12, 6, 11 cluster has some issues. This is not one of those tables where you would say it is wide open. It's more like widely clustered. There's other adjectives you could use. David, no, this is not the final. This is the A-side semifinal. The winner of this will be in the A-side final, and then they've still got to get the players marching through the B-side. Don't think that's exactly where Steven was trying to get to, but he'll make it work. He'll probably just come out towards the 8, trying to line up the 10 to break out the 9. Oh, he's going to go after the 9 right now, but just spun through it. And he gets a lot of spin on that ball. He's broke the 15 out, but hasn't helped much. He still has an issue with the 12 and the 9, the 13, sorry. I was saying the 9 earlier, but that's clearly the 13. I don't know what I was looking at. Combination 12, 6, 11. Now it's Don's turn. He's going to have some work to do, although everything he's got goes. He just needs to keep the cue ball in line and he'll run through it. We are going to miss the next match because I have to put dinner on the table. Well, miss commentating it. I'll still stream it. I'll get it up and running and stream it. But then I will be away. Can Don make this 6? Hold there for the 4, 5, clean it up in that manner. Yeah, he can. It's all right that he's using the 3 or the 1 to get down for the 8. Either one will lend itself to a positional transfer at the 8. He can get to either corner of the table. Now he does have to be careful he doesn't run into the 15 here. But he should be able to stun it with a little bit of right spin right down past it. Just like that. That, my friends, is a positional shot the way it's supposed to be made. Carefully doesn't run into the 15 here.
He should be able to stun it with a little bit of right spin.
Oops.
Down past it. Just like
that. Oh. Let's just check out that. Nope, not that. Yeah, that's anytime we get above 500 gigabytes in the system or replay, it seems to want to get a little funky. I think I know what I can do here. Let me close it. I'll add the replay again. Okay, there we go. That should sort out the instant replay. So just give it a quick test. Okay, there we go. That should sort out the instant replay. And then you should walk by. And just give it a quick test. Okay, good enough for me. That worked. I'm learning a little bit about the instant replay thing here that eventually, once I get above 500 gigabytes per folder, it starts to glitch. So I have to watch it every couple of hours, shut it off, turn it back on. I could probably record in slightly less quality and it would last longer. But realistically, if I had time, most streams don't generally go over 2 hours as far as streaming shows. And you have the opportunity then to export all of your instant replays or your clips and go from there. Just sneaks by that 8. If he can see the 7, I think he'll take it, because that will improve his angle on the 4. Excuse me. Not sure if that made it through, but I didn't get to the mute button quick enough. And now he can run right off this 4 into the 14 and then into the 5. He's not guaranteed to have shape on the 6 or the 5, but it's guaranteed to open them up. So into the rail, into the 14. That'll push that way. 6 will go towards the pocket. Cue ball goes into the 5. So you're not guaranteed to have a shot, but you should have a shot. Oh, he didn't go for the breakout at all. Is he playing the 6? Can he see the 6 from there? Oh, he kind of mass 8 into it. This is going to work out fantastic, because if he cuts that in, he has to have shape on the 8. Oh, and just undercuts it. That's going to bring Don to the table with an opportunity that I'm not sure he thought he was going to get a minute ago. 13 or the 9. And I'm not sure you like the 9, because you really got to let your cue ball go. Don's a lefty, so this isn't as hard for him to reach. It's worked out. He didn't plan on colliding with the 11, but it's worked out. So he can keep going. He'll just have to play this a little soft. No, he elected to go up and down. Perfect on the 10. This will give him room to play the 15 if he just stops right there. Might want to roll forward a little bit so he's got angle to come back out. Oh, he's going to go over for the 9. Don keeping his head down, getting the job done. Just a few more. Overcooked it a little bit. I still would have expected him to shoot the 14 here and just draw it back. Your shape from the 12 to the 8 is a lot easier from the 14 to the 8. Well, if you feel that that's the best way to do it, then that's got to be the best way for you. He has such a better vantage point than we do with our one point of view. It's fine to watch, but tough to make, accurate calls as to what a player is going to do when you only have the one viewpoint. Mr. Terrence James in the house. Don with 2 in a row. Crawls back within 1. This is, whoops, sponsored by Crystal Palace Q's. It's also the Vancouver 2023 Summer Tournament of Titans. No green fees, no admin fees, 100% of the money paid back out. Ran by Cody Graham. A staple down at the Metro. Promotes a lot of tournaments. Jose Lazaro, the owner of the Metro Cafe, another great patron of pool in our area, donates so much of his time and tables to our sport. It's incredibly appreciative. So if you're there, if you're down at the Metro right now, go buy something. Buy a sandwich. Buy a beer. Yeah, if you're old enough to drink. The stats from my Facebook analytics would suggest that most of you are. Cody trying to pick that rack up without disturbing anything. There we go. Nicely done. If anything moved, it was so slight, couldn't really tell from this end. Well, well, well. It's got some clusters to work through here. That 15-4 is not easy. 12 ball, I think he can still pick the 12 out of there and make it in that top left corner. He's going to combo the 6 into the 13 to try and break the 15 out with the cue ball. Oh, a little too heavy. He could still bank it back, though. But he's got the 14 up at the other end. He can take that instead. Doesn't have to bank the ball. That'll get it done. And this might be exactly what he needs to come off the 15 into the 7-3. That'll push the 8 out and clear up the 12. Even if you don't have the 12 after this, you should have the 10. You just have to have a little bit of speed. Not a lot, but enough to get clear. I liked breaking it out with the 15 because then it's pushing the 8 out to the center of the table. The 8 ball is still a problem. And now he's got this another opportunity to use the 15 to come into the backside of the 3. Even less risk this time because he doesn't have a chance of getting hooked behind the 7. Well, it looks like he's not even going to try and move the 8, but I think it's natural off this 15. Maybe there's too much angle there. Maybe he's going to miss it. If the cue ball was over here, it'd be a lot more sure. Oh, that's going to be short. He'll have to kick at it. Try and squeeze it past the 7-4. He could jump it, but that's an iffy jump. And it's a jump to nothing. You won't have a shot on the 8. You might have a bank on the 8, but that's not guaranteed at all. I think he's more inclined to kick at it. Oh, he did go get the short stick. Okay, the problem with jumping is you've got a long distance to cover and a short area to land and a short distance to the table. So it's very easy to get over that 8, land, but then fly off the table. You got to hit it perfect. Yes, it's the short landing area and then the short runway afterward. Can be done. It's just not easy. Steven, ball in hand. And he's got 2 areas of concern. This one and that one. Everything else, no big deal. That 3 ball doesn't go anywhere. Steven might play this 5 off the 7 in the side. Or off the 6 in the side. Or is he just running to the... He's got to be just running to the rail to play it down in the corner. No, he played it off the 6. And he got absolutely totaled by the 6. There is no offensive shot there whatsoever. I mean, what, can he shoot the 3-4 combo? What a crazy way to be forced into that. Oh, and he hits it perfect. What do I know? Oh, gee. And almost right back in the same spot. Fighting his way through the rack, but still getting it done. Karam on the 5, a long combination on the 3-4. Guy hits it clean. Well, this is a little tricky. You'd like to take the 7 so you can get it out of the way of the 2, or you take the 2 But then you're headed back up table for the 6-1. But I think the 7 is the way to go. A little bit of left, come inside the 8 and 2. There you go. That one shot fixed the entire table. He's almost stop shot to finish it. Just barely rolls the cue ball forward. He's going to go 2 rails and try and get out to the head string. Little further. 8 ball goes to either corner pocket, so if he's got too much angle to hold it there, he'll drift across the table to shoot the 8 in the same corner. But he's straight enough he can hold it. And there it is. Mr. Stephen Folan taking his 4th game. Four-two. Steven leads. He's halfway there. Don gets one more. If he gets this one, he's halfway there. He does get 2 games. It's almost 195 points in Fargo difference. I think if I remember correctly, I was reading on Fargo's, and for every 100 points, it's about double the result in a score. So if you're racing to 9 or racing to 10, sorry, and I'm playing, well, if I'm playing Steven, I probably should get 6 games in a race to 10, but as embarrassing as that is to my pride, that's probably fair. But neither here nor there today, because Steven's the one playing Dawn, and I'm sitting here talking about it, which is awesome. I love doing this. A little bit awkward on that one. Not sure if it's even still there. Oh, must be, or he wouldn't be shooting it. Right in the right-hand side edge of that pocket. Steven looks like he's found the gear here. Two, 7, 4, 5. If he can just stop right there on the 7, he'll cut the 5 in, cut or 4 in, come 2 rails out for the 5. Yes, purple 4 ball. Purple 4 ball. Stop it right there. Oh, double horns of 7 on the side, trying to draw back to push that 13 out of the way. I thought he was going to stop it right there and just take the tougher cut, but maybe there wasn't enough room past the 13 there. So here we go, Don with a chance to draw back within 1. Nothing's really in the road. He's just got to keep the cue ball in line. Easier said than done. If If that stops in time, he'll take the 12. If not, it's the 11. And then does he want to clean up the 12 or take the 15? If it's the 15, he'll draw all the way back. And he's going to try and draw right back into there. Oh, I missed it with my little dot there. Still, I'm pretty happy. That was pretty close. I'll take that. Just didn't want to roll too far, get past the 7. You should be able to cut this in, come straight between the 8 and the 5, or you could just drift on a long bank path sort of thing. Just get into here, or he can come back to here. He elected to draw back, and now he's facing the side pocket. Nicely done. 4-3. Almost a break in front from Mr. Stephen Folan, but not quite. He let Don back to the table. And I think that was his first visit to the table. So that was a run out by Don. He didn't break, but his first approach to the table, he got out. Now he needs to put it together. See if Don breaks from just off center. Yep. So 11-12. Headed to the sides. 11 kicked. 12 comes up short, but gets a little boost. 11 still went down, though. It just went in the corner. Oh boy, that 4 ball is going to cause anybody taking low ball a couple of issues, but the 7 ball is there to help me out. With the 9-10, you don't really have the luxury of another high ball close. So just based on that alone, I'm going to look very seriously at the rest of low ball to try for this run out. It's going to be difficult to get on the 7 without using the 6. I think he's going to have to drift over from the 3 now. And even there, I think you go for that 7 ball right now. Make the 7, go into the rail, come out and hit the 4. You're not guaranteed to have any angle after this 6. You could, but it might not be enough. Remember, nice and smooth, not too much. There you go. There you go. Now, it might be a long way of doing it. But you cut the 6 in and get your cue ball. Probably somewhere over there, actually, is probably a little better. You want a little bit of angle to go in to here for the 5. It's a long way to run the cue ball, though, so if there's a better way to do it, or another way to do it that moves the cue ball less, you might want to take that. The problem with using the 6 to get on the 5 is that the 15's kind of in the road of where you'd like to put your cue ball to bounce out. Now you're on the wrong side. He's on the wrong side. He could, well, and he's too close to the rail to really do a good power draw. It would take an incredible stroke here to pot the 6 and then draw 2 or 3 rails back around for the 5 in the other side pocket. Don't believe the angle's there to draw into the 5. He's going to try and draw it. Oh, he scratched. Oh, man. He did really, really well to get the power on that draw. Draw it. Just unfortunate.
Scratched.
That it slowed down. And
Oh,
dropped. Man. He did really, really well. So Stephen Folan coming to the table with another late ball in hand. I think there was another one earlier. So big advantage to get ball in hand when your opponent only has 1 or 2 balls left on the table. Gets the 10 out of there, and that cleans up the area for the 8 ball. Steven will play it back to the other side of the table for the 12 ball, I believe it is. Oh, needs that to slow down. Okay, now he has to be careful here to maintain the correct side of the pocket for the 14. He wants to be somewhere in this area for line wise. Perfect. And now he just rolls forward off the 14. And he's got the 8 ball dead to rights. He shoots a darn good game. And I believe that would be a run out. Not a break and run, but a run out. Got a break and run in the first track. They've had a few chippy ones. They each have a run out, though. If you want to track that sort of thing. Five to 3, Mr. Folan to break. He's going to 8. Don's going to 6. It's basically a race to 3 now. Steven waiting for Lido? I think he is. Shout out to John Sparks of All Hours Plumbing, sponsoring these Tournament of Titans events. It's much appreciated, sir. And if any of you have any plumbing issues, call John Sparks at All Hours Plumbing. Steven's made one. He's just got to figure out how he's going to complete the run. He's going to play the 14 off the 11. Oh, it's going to go in on him. Well, it might be there. What is that? Is that the 15 or the 12? Trying the combination onto the 13. He's making it work. It might not be as neat and as pretty as you'd like, but he's getting through it. It all depends on whether this ball passes cleanly through there, and I gotta believe it does. And if it doesn't, you know, he can always play this differently. Cue ball, or 9 ball in the corner, send the cue ball around. I think the angles are there. It's not easy. It's not a gimme. I'm not saying that it's so simple that, you know, what's going on. I'm not. I'm just saying it's a possibility. And he's actually held it there rather than ran it around. That'll get it done. Now, how does he get back on that 8? Both the paths that you would normally take, coming back like this, right? Or running it around, are kind of tight. So he's got to come right past the 7. Oh, he's coming all the way back to play the 8 in the side. That can work. That can work. I think he's asking for help in removing the template. Does he shoot straight or does he shoot straight? 6-3 in this race to 8. Oh, man. Not sure what's up with that. I think, you know, it might be the hard drive I'm using. I think maybe I should buy a new one. I'll have to get an SSD. Too much information to skip back and forth and not have it on a hard drive. Steven only needs 2 more. Don needs a few. Just a quick little respot there. Oh, Bien Lim gets through Raul Danendran 5-5. Danendran Raul had to go to 6. So he lost his first few games of the match, but he's in the A side final. Bien Lim, congratulations, sir. Way to shoot. In the meantime, Don Davidson trying to get there. He's into that cluster of low balls so he can make something happen here. Good clean hit. There's no real advantage to playing the 3 right now. You could play the 2. Maybe get lucky and make the 9. Keep the 13 out of the road. He's got to move the 8 as well. That 14 is on the 8, or 10 ball. That 10 ball, it's blue, right? That's on the 8. That's a problem. Not sure what he's looking at with the 7. Long bank? He's trying to get into the 13 as solid as he can. Well, he'll have another crack at it here. He's got the 6 in the top right. Is he calling the bank on the 7 right now? You can break the 8 out this way, but it's oh so risky. He's made the 7, but he hasn't broke the 8 out, and he's hooked on everything. Airborne. This jump shot, I expect him to get up and over. He's got plenty of room to land. If he calls the 3, he could make it. And he'll have something to shoot at afterward, because he'll go into the 6-4 and most likely land on something that works. Deepak Hemnani and Mike Isaac going at it. The winner of that will take on Andrew Robluski, who's just fighting through the B-side after losing his first match. He's still in there. Don going up and over. Oh, didn't miss that 3 by much. Would have had a decent look at the 4 too. The 3 ball did kick that cue ball a little bit more out of position, but he would have been fine on the 4. Mr. Folan with some work to do, but the tools and the skills to make it work. An hour and 22 minutes into this match. Oh, watch that side pocket horn. Wow. So close. That would have been very disappointing to scratch on that one. A little bit of angle on this 13 so we can get after that 10 ball, but not really. He's going to have to play the 10 up in the top right corner. As long as he has some angle on it, he can get into the 12-15. Oh, that's not enough angle. He may even be going towards the 8. He may have to play the bank on the 15. Trying to draw back. Oh, and check it. What? Draw back, check it into the rail, and use almost complete spin to go over there and break it out. Wow. That's more stuff to get on the cue ball than I can get. That's for sure. Shots like that make me think I have to work on my stroke a lot more, because I don't have that. Meanwhile, Don, trying to cut in the 4, needs to avoid crashing on the 10. Oh, it ended up working out well for him. He clipped the 10 and kept the cue ball from running around. He's got that 6 ball nice and easy right now. Could get to 4 on this. You can just gently roll the 3 in. He'll have that 8 in the top left corner pocket. That's a little... Oh, no, that's fine. I thought that was going to roll a little further than that, actually. So there it is. It's a race to 2 now. Yep, race to 2. Score is 6-4 for Steven. I think he's just taking a quick washroom break. But there's your B-side. Sasha Cotticini defeating Tony Jacobs and moving on to face Lito Attendido, who got by John Hunter 7-2. Andrew Wroblewski by Curtis George 6-3. Deepak and Mike Isaac fighting it out for the honor of battling Mr. Wroblewski. And there's our A-side. Bien Lim waiting to play in the A-side final. Can do no worse than 3rd. The winner will be the winner of this match. Like the winner that... the winner of this match will be the guy that he faces. I'm getting tired. I'm going to skip the next match. I'll stream it. I won't commentate. I gotta go make dinner. It's already almost 6. The kid's probably sitting there up there with a grumbly tummy. But I haven't heard any knocking on the door yet. Dad, feed me, feed me. We'll get there. Here we go. Rack number 11. Whoever wins this one is on the hill. Steven's just waiting for an opponent on the other table to finish up and get out of the road. Trying to get the template off the table. Stevens made a ball. Other than that cluster down there, it's fairly wide open. So how is he going to handle the cluster? What his plan for that cluster is will determine which one he takes. Well, you know what? Now that I look around the table a little bit more carefully, that 11, I think that's the 11. Yeah, by the 7. That one's causing high ball a problem. So maybe you take low ball, but you've got to work your cue ball into that cluster, while at the same time maintaining some sort of control for your next ball. He gets a lot of spin on the ball, doesn't he? Just when I think that ball's going to come straight down the table, it takes like a 30-degree turn. How can he use the 2, the 7, or the 1 and break out the 5 and the 3? The 5 actually goes. The 5 goes to the bottom left. Could you draw off the 5 to bump the 12 out of the way and have the 3 and then the 8 afterward? That's such a delicate little shot. You got to have the right angle, the right speed. This is going to be tricky. He can take that 1 in the side. I'd leave the 7 ball there as well, because that's your little bit of a safety net for the 11 ball. Stops an easy run out from Don. Well, not exactly great starting position for Don. He's going to have the 9 or the 13, but he may not want them jacked up over the 3 like that. You don't have much of a choice, Don. It's the 9 or the 13, and I don't like the 9. That's so close to the side pocket. I could easily scratch in there. I think I'm going for the 9. Maybe the 14. You're going to give up a shot. Yeah, 13 it is. Just try and hit it clean. Just like that. Now, if you really like your angle, you can play the 14 directly through the 7. If you don't, you do have the 15 to the side or the 9 down the rail. Either one works. Matter of fact, I probably like the 9 down the rail better. Can he bump the 7? He's not going to bump the 7, but he's going to get in behind for the 11. Now he just needs to solve the 12. I think he's waiting for another player on the other table there. That might be Sasha. Just based on the running shoes. Deepak Hemnani got by Mike Isaac 5-2. Good shooting, sir. So only one real. Well, only one guy that's normally in these tournaments that's still in them late is Lito. I mean, Don's there as well. Stephen Folan. Doesn't always come down to them, but he's there often enough. So those 3 you would expect to see there. Andrew, Deepak, Sasha, Raul, Bien. Maybe not this late, but it's awesome that they are. Out of 48 players, whoever loses between Sasha and Lita will be 7th, 8th, or 6th, 5th, 6th? Yeah. 6th, 7th. That's a good showing by anyone's standard. Oh, is he going to get in there? I'm not sure he did. That's a ridiculously small area to play shape into. Wow, that's tough. If he got there, that's awesome. He might actually be there. And if he's not, you might be able to play it off the 1 in the side. I think he's there. Wow. I want to clip that, see if I get that all the way to the end on that one. Don Davidson on the hill with a fantastic positional shot. He trails by 1, but Steven still needs 2 more. He needs to go to 8. Don's only going to 6, and he's at 5. That's great positional play. just seeing if I can shut down that or get a clip of that replay. If he runs this out, I want to watch that sequence of 2 shots out of the last rack to get on the 8. He's got to be feeling good now if he played that out. Might be a little tight to the 8 for his liking, but he's got a little bit of angle there. He should be able to wiggle through it. Get all the way down there for the 10, 12. Oh, he's going to play the 15 next, I think. If it goes by the 1. No, he's saving that for the 8. And the cue ball holds up. So Don catching fire at the right time. Needs to get by the 6. Did he get by? I'm not sure he did. He hit the 6 on a little bit of an angle. Oh, if he got by, he just barely got by. 8 ball on the side to win this set and advance to the next round. Wow. What a way to finish that set, playing that perfect position on those last 2 shots. This one here. Wow, let me see if I can bring that up. And if he's not, you might be able to play it off the 1 in the side. I think he's there. That's the shot that he made to make the 8. Wow. The 1 beforehand. There we go. So he's going to take 48 players. Shots, makes the 15 in the side. Whoever loses between Sasha and Lita will be 7th, 8th. Then he's aiming for this tiny little area right here. 6th, 7th. That's a good showing by anyone. Oh, and then I don't even get it. Darn it. I'll have to try and get it later. All right, folks, I'm going to shut this stream down. We'll bring it back in a few minutes with the next match that's up. That might take a little while, seeing as how everything is underway at the moment. Yep, they're all underway. So, regardless, we'll probably let the next match play without commentary. I gotta go make dinner. And then we'll be back shortly after that to see if we can get the next one. Standard. Thank you very much, folks. Have a great night. There it is. That's the one. Is he gonna get in there? I'm not sure he did. Just barely gets that 12. That's a tiny. Wow. That's a ridiculously small area of